We have another guest here that's joining us. It is Hadley Hall Meares. She's a journalist who specializes in art, culture, and history. Her work has been featured in several publications, including most recently something I read an hour ago in Vanity Fair. Good morning, Hadley. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So we are watching this procession toward Wellington Arch. I was reading about the history of all of this and about how much of it was set into place by Queen Victoria in 1901, sort of changing the way things were done, up into including these Navy men and women that are pulling the gun carriage. There was an accident with a horse where the horse got loose that was pulling the gun carriage, and then some Navy men took up the ropes, and they just liked the way it looked, so they kept it going. Is that apocryphal, or is that true?
No, that's actually true. I actually have an article coming out in Vanity Fair this week all about all of the mishaps of Queen Victoria's funeral. And the reason for this was because she reigned for such a long time that they really didn't know what to do when Queen Victoria died. And so they really had to kind of start from scratch, and the Queen had left very few instructions about what was going to happen. And so I think you see, of course, Queen Elizabeth II was known as a very practical, diligent person, and she was determined that her funeral would go very smoothly, unlike other royal funerals. So this has been kind of in the works since the 1950s, when she acceded the throne. There were already plans being made for this eventual sad day. And of course, it was known as Operation London Bridge. And the plans have been in place for decades and decades. And so far, it's just been a really moving, beautiful day, very much unlike Queen Victoria's funeral.
It seems very natural, despite all of the rigid ceremony, but if you're following along as we have been with the program of this funeral, it has gone off without a hitch. Everything that was supposed to happen at a certain time happened at a certain time. There's been no delay, and so it's clear that every detail has been planned out to the last to the last detail, and you can see that unfolding right now. As this procession moves on, what are we expecting to see next? They're going to move to the Wellington Arch, and then they're going to put the coffin in a hearse. Is that right?
Correct, they will be, and then they'll be heading to Windsor, to St. George's Chapel, for a more private ceremony that will mainly be family members and all of her beloved staff and servants. She was very, very involved in the lives of the people who worked for her. Many of them worked for her for decades and decades. And what I found so fascinating is, even though this is such a meticulously planned service and it's so formal and there's so much pomp and ceremony, there's been personal touches throughout. For example, the flowers on her coffin, she had specified what flowers she wanted. And what I think is so beautiful is that one of the flowers is a myrtle, which symbolizes a happy marriage, that was actually clipped from a myrtle from her bouquet when she married Prince Philip, 75 years ago. So there's really been personal touches. Also, the bagpipe that you saw being played, that was actually her personal bagpiper who would play for her every day at 9 a.m. for 15 minutes because she loved the sound of the bagpipe. Whatever residence she was in, she would have him play. So you really see there's these little glimpses of who the Queen was behind this almighty, important monarch and overruler of the Commonwealth and of Great Britain.
So if you study this sort of thing as you do, you notice the personal touches. That bagpiper, as you mentioned, his name is Paul Burns. The tune he played was called Sleep, Dearie, Sleep. And I just found that to be so sweet. If he played at 9 a.m. every morning for this woman, they must have had, a friendly, personal, professional relationship. And for him to play Sleep, Dearie, Sleep, it's just very sweet.
It is very sweet, and there's so many stories of the Queen, when she would be driving dignitaries around Balmoral, she'd see a person she knew who worked for her. I remember there's one great story where she yelled hooray, and the dignitary she was with said, why are you so excited? And she said, oh, my farmer there, like his wife left him and he's walking with a new woman, and I'm so happy that he's had a new relationship and a new love. So I think that there was so much more to the Queen as quite a sweet, gentle person And we didn't get to see that because she was so about service and duty and stiff upper lip, which is so foreign to us today. And I keep really thinking about that during this service, that this is probably the last grand funeral we'll see of its kind. King Charles III is a very different person. He's much more modern. He is much more interested in interfaith ideas. And so I think this might be the last service we see that is so almost of another century and another time.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about Westminster Abbey. We won't have very much time, so I'm going to give you some dates here. Very important events in the Queen's life happened at Westminster Abbey. She was married to Prince Philip in 1947. Her coronation was there in 1953. Princess Diana's funeral was there in 1997. And her mother, the Queen Mother, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Consort, her funeral was there in 2002. And so that building holds a lot of importance for her.
Absolutely. I mean, Westminster Abbey holds importance to all of England. If you've ever been there, there are so many notable people buried there who have cenotaphs there. It's really the heart of Britain, especially of the Anglican Church. And it's an overwhelmingly beautiful place. And, you know, this is the first royal funeral to happen to Westminster Abbey in many, many years, the first sovereign's funeral to occur. It usually occurs more privately in St. George's Chapel in Windsor. And so I think that really tells you the importance of this event and the importance of saying goodbye to this remarkable queen in really the place that defines British monarchy and British majesty, which is Westminster Abbey.
All right, Hadley, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.